So, hello, this video is from me, Niall Sebastian Power Sieger, but in that video, another creature also gonna present herself, a creature which have lived as a woman before, to communicate with Michael Power, in case they see the video, Colm Power, Hanna Power, Liam Power, and the Power family. I'm doing that video and I'm gonna send it to Michael Power because you did send me this postcard. I'm gonna show the postcard to the camera so that everybody can see that who speaks German, because the postcard is in German. In this postcard that you wrote about that stone, which is laying somewhere close to Monica's house. And you wrote in the postcard that Irish people placed the stone there and that nobody do know what this stone means. I have good news for you. The secret what this stone means can get solved. So you can place yourself into position to get to know the secret. Because Madeline Power can communicate to you what's behind that stone later. Later, I'm going to explain to you what I mean with later. But first of all, because I'm not sure that you have read my communication in the past, that I'm in the position since years now that I contacted you, that I contacted Colm and Hanna Power often to make one point clear. I'm in contact with Madeline Power and she would like to see that you guys contact me for a meeting here in Bonn, where she then will be able to communicate with you directly. And I communicated that fact to you already years ago. By email, by messages, so on. And your reaction was none. I make that point clear also in case Liam Power sees that video, so that he can understand and that others can understand there is the history which already took place they don't know between me, Michael Power, and Colm Power and Hanna Power, because I communicated to them that Madeline Power is often here in Bonn and she would like to see you guys here in Bonn. And she would like to see that you guys try to use the chance to then be able to communicate with her. What you did not so far. You did not even try. So I produced data in the past in case you have not seen it, which I did send to Colm, which I did send to Hanna, and which I did send some of the data. Just some of the data I did send to you as well, Michael. And one video was also produced for Liam Power and was sent to the Harney family to pass it to Liam, and I think you have seen it. And in the video material I documented in the past, Madeline Power have shown herself by using the natural environment, by influencing the natural environment. In that way she presented herself and she did communicate with me, but also to the people which did receive the videos. So to Michael Power, to Colm Power, to Hanna Power, and to Liam Power. In this video, I'm gonna communicate with Madeline. But today I'm inside, so I'm not outside. In the other video material, she did use the natural environment and she did show herself by canalizing wind. So she did influence the natural force and use the natural force wind and did canalize it to specific plants to react to my questions, to show herself, to present herself towards the people which received the video. So the Power family. To invite the Power family to contact me, Niall, that I then help you guys out to be able to communicate with Madeline Power directly. But nobody of you did react to that in a way that you did try that, which is very sad, is what I want to say to that, because Madeline Power really would like to talk to you, and all of you did ignore that fact. All of you, I'm talking especially about Michael Power there, and especially about Colm and Hanna Power there. You just did ignore Madeline. You did ignore her wish she communicated. That is sad. So I received that postcard, and that postcard for me is like an open book, that picture. That's why I cannot agree to the text, which is saying that nobody can understand what that stone is. So if you want to solve that secret with the stone, with this stone, that Michael Power, you are invited to contact me, and then Madeline Power can reveal that secret towards you. Because she's able to connect to those people which placed that stone there. This video is also a documentation about universal communication. So I'm gonna communicate with Madeline Power soon, and I'm gonna capture it in this video material here. But she's gonna use another way to show herself, to present herself towards you, and to communicate to you. To Michael Power, Colm Power, and Hanna Power, and Liam Power, in case you see that video, of course. She is able as a creature without a human body, because she has lost her human body, but she's able as a creature to influence the electric field. And that's how I'm gonna communicate with her now, and what I'm gonna document for you. I'm gonna explain to you this machine. It's an EMF tool. The specification is in the camera. You can copy it. You can buy one by yourself, which do not mean that you're going to be able directly to communicate to Madeline Power. I have to make that point clear. But she can communicate in that way. It's also true. So if I turn on that machine, I have to give it a moment. And you see the screen here. So you see the electric field, the measurement data here. And you see the magnetic field data here. The electric field is what Madeline gonna use to communicate towards you soon. And I'm gonna communicate with Madeline right now, and I'm gonna speak it out because she can hear me. And because she wants to produce a video for you guys. So I'm gonna speak out what I'm gonna communicate with her now. Madeline, I'm gonna place that thing there in front of another camera so that they later see both camera views and the machine. Please do only influence the electric field if I ask you specific questions. And I explained to Michael Power, Colm, and Hanna Power, and Liam Power why I'm making that point so clear. If she's not influencing the electric field, you will see the measurement data 0, because that's the normal measurement data in that room. And I requested from her to only show and present herself to specific questions so that you guys, which are not used to such communication, then able to see it and to understand it, to outread it, but also that you are able to see the difference between normal measurement data if she's not communicating, and data where she is communicating. And that difference will allow you to understand that it is specific communication. And that is why that was so important that I requested that from Madeline Power for you. So I'm going to place the machine here. The measurement data is 0. I'm going to turn on the other camera now, and later on you will get that in a split screen. I have to place it very good so that you always can see the screen. And I'm gonna watch that machine when I start now to communicate with Madeline Power in a way that she then is able to make herself transparent and her opinion towards you. Michael Power, Colm Power, Hanna Power, Liam Power. And all of you, if you see the video material, you have to understand one thing. Your brain have to understand that. You see me in the video, Niall, talking to you. But you see another creature which do not have a human body also, Madeline Power, in this video material. And she gonna present herself through that electric device, which is measuring the electric field. And she is showing herself through that because she is the one influencing the electric field. If Madeline Power wants to agree to specific questions I'm gonna ask her, she can create a situation where the machine then will measure a data between 1 and 2. And if she wants to disagree to something I say when I request a specific answer, only then she can create a measurement data between 4, 5, 6 to say no. So you please take a little piece of paper and write down measurement data 1 and 2 means yes, 4, 5, 6 means no. And if you want to understand Madeline Power's answers, you watch that electric field data. That is important for you to understand, because Madeline Power gonna communicate towards you through that data, because that's a way she can use, because she do not have a human body anymore. Okay, so I watch the machine. The measurement data is as it would be normal, 0, because she's not influencing the electric field at this moment in time, as I requested it, as long as I do not ask her specific questions. Okay? And please, to Colm, Hanna and Michael Power, you have received from me, Niall, a few emails, also in the past, also including data, where Madeline Power is constantly trying to reach you and you do ignore that. Please stop doing so. So, I'm gonna turn on the machine again, sorry for that, and we have to give the machine a moment so that it starts to measure the data again, and the normal data is 0, the machine is measuring the normal electric field again. Now I'm gonna start my communication with Madeline Power, and I'm gonna film that for you guys so that you can see everything. Okay? So, Grandma. So Madeline Power is my grandma, for everybody who's watching the video, and the Power family do know that already. Grandma, are you here, and do you want to communicate with Michael Power and the others? If yes, please show yourself clearly towards them through the system I just explained to them by influencing the electric field, so that we then see your yes with the measurement data. Please answer now. And Colm and Hanna and Michael Power and Liam Power, you could see she did influence the electric field. And she said yes, because the measurement data was 1 and 2. I give you an extra information, which is important for you to understand. I also communicate with Madeline Power at that moment in time through other ways I cannot make transparent. But for you guys, you watch the screen of the electric field. That's how Madeline Power is trying to reach you guys. Important to understand. So, Madeline Power, is it right that you would like to see from Michael Power, also from Colm Power, from Hanna Power, and from Liam Power, if possible, that they do contact me for an appointment in Bonn, so that I meet them here in Bonn, so that you get the chance when they're here in Bonn and I explain to them how you are able to reach them and which ways you can use to communicate with them? Is it true that you would like to see a situation that they come and you can see she's influencing the electric field again, she did it again, and she did agree to that? Which means for Michael Power, Colm Power, Hanna Power, and Liam Power, Madeline Power did invite you guys to contact me, Niall, and I can invite you to do so as well, for appointment here in Bonn, where you then can learn to communicate with Madeline Power directly by yourself. And she would like to see that you guys use that chance, because she cannot reach you easy on any other way. So you have seen Madeline Power communicating to you directly as a creature by influencing the electric field. You have seen that she identified herself by agreeing as Madeline Power. Madeline, is it correct, and I know it's correct, but can you agree to the fact, is it correct that you would be able to communicate complex with, for example, Michael Power, if he would do his first steps to come to Bonn and to learn to communicate with you and to learn to outread your communication? She agreed to that again by influencing the electric field that the measurement data was 1. So she's saying yes to that again. Dear Michael, so that it's very simple. Your own mom is trying to reach you since a long time now, and I did send you a lot of emails and a lot of data making that transparent, and you did ignore her. And I repeat, please stop doing so. Please contact me for an appointment with your own mom here in Bonn. And the same thing is for Colm Power and Hanna Power. They can contact me specific to get an appointment with their own grandmother. Colm and Hanna, if you keep going ignoring that, you are ignoring your own grandmother and her wish. And that makes me very, very sad. Liam Power, you are also invited, of course, but because of your age and because of circumstances, I know maybe it is not so easy anymore to travel for you. I don't know. I hope you're doing well. In case you can, we can meet up in Bonn and you will be able, hopefully, them to communicate with Madeline Power here. I'm gonna speak to all of you. You have to understand, I am able to communicate with Madeline Power. I would be able to explain to you how you can communicate with her and how you could learn to understand her answers. And that's what would be necessary so that you then afterwards are able to communicate with her complex. But if you want to communicate with Madeline Power and she really wants to communicate with you, you have to contact me and I have to explain you that. You have to learn how to understand her communication. You have to learn to see her communication. If you are blocking there at that point, and if you are not willing to learn a bit, you ignoring with that Madeline Power wants to communicate with all of you. You ignoring her wish. And that makes me very sad since a very long time now in my life. And to be absolutely open towards my own dad, Michael Power, towards my own sisters like Colm and Hanna Power, I cannot understand why you behave like that. I truly cannot even understand why you behave like that, not even a little bit. It is totally ignorant towards your own grandma. So the machine turned itself off again, so I'm gonna turn it on again. The measurement data is 0 again, like it is the normal electric field, and I'm gonna keep going to request specific answers from Madeline Power, the mom of Michael Power and the grandma of Colm and Hanna Power. Madeline, would you be happy to see them in Bonn? And you can see the clear reaction. Often she's saying yes, yes, yes. That is very easy to understand. That should be very easy to understand. And Hanna Power, Colm Power and Michael Power. If that is not easy for you, that the only reason can be that you do not watch this video open-minded and you do limit yourself. That can be the only reason if you don't understand such simple communication. You are in the position that you could make Madeline Power very happy if you just would take the action to contact me to learn to communicate with her. Because afterwards she would be able to communicate with you complex stuff. And in the same way as I request answers from her, you would be able to request her answers. And you could receive them. Madeline, I'm sorry I have to ask you that. Are you a little bit sad that they did ignore all my emails I did send them, so to Michael Power, Colm and Hanna Power, and are you a little bit sad that they not did react intelligent in a way that they did try to learn how they could see when you try to communicate with them? Do that make you sad? Yes or no? If yes, please send me a 1 or 2, and if no, please send me a 4 or 5. Yes is the answer. Have you seen that? I'll repeat. To Michael Power, Colm Power, Hanna Power, and the Power family. Madeline Power is sad because you did not use the chances I did provide to you, which would already could have brought you into a position where you could have been able already to communicate with her by yourself, but because you did not use the chances, you are unable to do so, and because you did not use the chances, she's unable to communicate with you. But where is the fail? Is the fail that I did not inform you? Is the fail that I did not try my best to document that, to send you all that stuff? Is the fail that you not have been invited? Or is the fail that you just have been ignorant and you are not trying to learn how to communicate with her? Be honest to yourself there, please. And Michael Power, I'm gonna speak to you specific now. I did send you emails. I wrote to you in emails, Madeline Power can present herself here in Bonn and is able to communicate in a way that you would be able to understand it if you would come to Bonn open-minded and request to learn it. And you did not so. Your own mom is trying to reach you. That's not the first time, and you are ignoring her. That is sad. So, now I'll go back to that postcard you did send me with the stone and with the letter you wrote behind the postcard that nobody knows the secret of that stone. If you want to know the secret, you can contact me to learn to communicate with Madeline Power, and she will reveal that universal secret towards you. I turn on the machine again. So now the normal measurement data is there again, and it is 0. Madeline, you could reveal the secret. Yes. Seen that? She's agreeing to that. So if you want to really know the secret behind that stone regarding the postcard you did send me, I'm gonna get it and show it again. Where you wrote, nobody knows that secret. If you really want to know that secret, you have an open door that. To get to know the secret behind this stone. The question is if you are open-minded and if you're going to use your chances. And to be absolutely clear, I think more important is that all of you do understand that Madeline Power is trying to reach you. And she would be able to communicate with you here in Bonn if you would give her the chance. If you do not react to the fact that you have been invited to contact me for that specific reason. She do not have the chance, maybe. Because you are unable to see the situations when she's trying to reach you. You have the deficit there. She's trying to communicate with you often. She did request often my help, that I help you, that you can learn how to communicate with her. But you did ignore that the whole time. And that is what Madeline is making sad, and me too. And sadly, it is totally ignorant from your side. Towards your own mom, in Michael's case, and towards your own grandma in Colm and Hanna's place. But, of course, it is a little bit more complex in your mindset. And you may have some problems to understand things. But my question is here, why you then not try to understand things better regarding the communication? Why do you not come and try it? Why do you not try to give your own family members, which have lost their human body, the chance to communicate with you? So Michael, I'm gonna send this video to you and to Colm and Hanna Power. And it would be really nice of you if you could send it also to Liam Power, because she also said hello to him and I don't have his email address. Hi Granddad, I'm also gonna say hi. And you are invited. You have the option to learn to communicate with Grandma, and I can help you with that. You can take my help, and then you're gonna be able to communicate with Grandma if everything works out. Or you can ignore that. And if you keep ignoring that Grandma want to communicate with you, that's not very nice towards her. That's not very kind of you towards her. Because it leads to a situation where she then loses her voice towards you just because she have lost her human body. And that is very painful for creatures which are trying to reach their own family members, if they get ignored by them. What you did in the past, you did it always when I did send stuff to you with the clear advice, please contact me, then you will be able to communicate with Madeline Power here in Bonn. And you always did ignore that. Please stop to ignore Madeline Power. She was influencing the electric field here. She did communicate with you. So now you know about the secrets. On planet Earth, there are none that. No secrets. And this secret, which might be a secret to you, you have the offer that Madeline Power can solve that secret, that you then get the answers here in Bonn. The question is if you are smart enough to use the chances which are provided to you, or if you just block everything away and keep going being ignorant, and later you will die and you will realize, oh, Madeline Power did try to communicate with me the whole time. My son Niall did inform me about that the whole time, and I just ignored both of them. And that's what I want to tell you, Michael. And I want to say something to Colm and Hanna. Colm, when I did send you the last video during a live chat, where Madeline Power showed herself even in a video which was a live chat, so very, very, very specific. You reacted very emotional and confused because of your emotions. There is no need for that. There is no need for unnecessary sadness. Madeline Power do exist. She's able to communicate. She did show that again towards you. She spoke to you with electric data. And you would be able to communicate with her here in Bonn. There is no reason to be sad. That's something which could make you potentially very happy if you just would try that. Same with Hanna Power. I did send you a lot of informations. I often invited you, also in Madeline's name, and Madeline directly did invite you often. Why are you not using this chance? And I want to make something else clear, because Madeline Power do not have a human body anymore. And I'm gonna communicate regarding what I speak out now with her afterwards again, so that you see her answer. I know it is Madeline Power I'm communicating with now, okay? But because you guys just see a video later, and because it's maybe not easy for your position, for you to identify Madeline Power as Madeline Power, because you do not have a human body anymore. There is a solution for that. You can bring to that appointment where you then learn directly to communicate with Madeline Power by yourself. You can bring questions. Questions which Madeline Power can answer with yes or no, and questions only Madeline Power can answer. And then she can answer that question, and you will be able to ensure the identity of the creature which is communicating with you, but which do not have a human body anymore. So you can bring test questions to test her identity. I'm gonna communicate with Madeline Power about that now. I put on the machine again, and will need a moment, and then it will measure the normal electric field again. It's measuring the normal electric field. The value is 0. Madeline Power, can you agree to the fact that if, for example, Michael Power or Colm Power or Hanna Power, if they would use their chance, and if they would come to Bonn with test questions to test your identity, that you think you could solve these questions so that they can ensure your identity, because it might be hard for them in the first moment to identify you because you have lost your human body. Can you agree to the fact that you would try to solve their open questions so that they can ensure your identity by testing that out with by the method asking questions? If yes, please send me the answer. And you have seen she did react again. You have seen the 1. So she's saying yes, which means she's not hiding to prove her identity. She's inviting you to test that out. Thank you very much for watching, is what I'm telling my own family. But please, use the chance. Use the chance which is provided so long towards you. Stop to limit your own options by ignoring all these invitations. You do limit your own possibilities with that. And the possibilities for Madeline to reach you and to being able to communicate with you. And that's very sad for her, and it's very sad for me that you create a situation where I then have to feel Madeline suffering because of that situation. Thank you for watching. Your brother and your son, Niall Sebastian Power Sieger.